Hi friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today I just have one of my special videos for you. I hope you enjoy it. But first of all, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda and this is my always sleepy Oliver. And if you're returning, we appreciate you so much. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paints in the color Snow White and ink. I'm going to use some pine cones. I'm actually going to end up using, I think, 5 of those. I'm going to use some of these little pine picks that I got off of a candle wreath from Hobby Lobby. This embroidery hoop I got at a yard sale for $3. And then this 14-inch wood round that comes from Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to start off by painting that wood round with my ink, and then I'm going to paint that hoop with the Snow White. After they were all done and dry, I'm just going to put that hoop around my wood round and then tighten the little nut and screw that's above it. Then I'm just going to lay my greenery pieces down to make a snowflake design, and I am going to hot glue them all the way around. And now I did get this idea. I saw something similar to this on Pinterest and I just thought it was so pretty. I wanted to recreate it, and I love how this came out. So after I had those all glued in, I took my pine cones and I am going to hot glue all around. I hot glued one in the middle, and then I took the other 4 and just hot glued around that one in the middle. After I had all those pine cones hot glued on, I guess I'm going to show you all of it. I didn't realize I was going to show you all this. Yeah. I'm going to take some of those berries. Now these pine cones and berries, they come in a pack with some little greenery picks. I got them from Amazon. I do have them in my Amazon store if you're interested, but it's a great little pack. And I'm just going to add the berries here around. I added 4 berries, removed all those glue strings that drive me nuts. I'm taking a zip tie here and I'm going around this screw with that zip tie. And I'm going to make a bow doing the awareness ribbon, scrunching it up in the middle. And normally I would use some twine or something to hold it in place, but instead I'm going to run it through my zip tie here. And then I took some cedar picks from Amazon, and then the frosted, I think they're called frosted ferns or something. I don't know, from Dollar Tree. I think I got them last year or the year before. And then I'm just going to tighten that zip tie to hold it all in place. And then I'm going to fluff up the bow. The ribbon came from Dollar Tree. It's not very good ribbon, you guys. It frays really, really bad. And yeah, anyways, I'm going to cut off that extra part of the zip tie. I'm going to dovetail the ends by folding and cutting at an angle. And then I'm going to add some ribbon going around that screw there. This came from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to tie a knot here to create a hanger, and then I'm going to trim off that extra. And that's all there was for this. It's super easy. The most time-consuming part was the painting, but other than that, it was so easy, and I think it is just stunning. You'll have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Okay, I always like to take this moment to thank all my subscribers because you guys are just amazing, and I appreciate you all so very much. And if you're new here and you enjoyed today's video, I would invite you to hit that red subscribe button, become part of our YouTube family, and then make sure you guys give me that thumbs up and comment. That really does help me. And then if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find links to my social media accounts in the description box below. Here's DIY number 2. Okay, I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in the color Snow White. I am going to use this candlestick, glass candlestick from Dollar Tree. I am also going to use one of these ornaments from Hobby Lobby. They were $2.99 for 2, but I got them 50% off. Some of these little miniature bottle brush trees, and then some faux snow from Dollar Tree. These little deer that I got from Hobby Lobby this year, and then this sign from Dollar Tree, and then this paper, I believe came in a paper pack from Hobby Lobby. So I started off by painting everything with my Snow White. And then once it was all dry, I took my sign here and I'm just tracing out the paper. Now I knew that it was still going to be too big. So I just took my paper cutter and I just started trimming it down until I had it to the right size for it to fit. If you don't have a paper trimmer, you could use scissors. I use the paper trimmer here just because I feel like it cuts better straight edges. So once I was done, I took some tacky glue. I don't know why I decided to use the tacky glue. You could use a glue stick. You could use Mod Podge. You could probably even use Elmer's glue. Just whatever glue you have handy or that you like to use. And I'm just going over the bottom part of my sign here, and then I'm going to add my paper right to it. Now, I didn't go over it with Mod Podge or anything over the top of the paper. I felt like you're not going to have much, I don't know. Anyways, oh my goodness, don't listen to me. Okay, I trimmed off the little plastic piece that was on that ornament. And I am taking some hot glue and gluing that deer right to the inside of my ornament piece here. And then I'm going to do the same thing with those trees. I'm going to just take some hot glue and glue them on to the inside of the round ornament. And I thought about gluing this to the sign first, but I just felt like it would look better this way. But I have to tell you, I don't know if there's an easier way to do this, but yeah, I'm going to put some faux snow in here in the ball, and then I'm like, okay, well, how am I going to glue this onto my sign without dumping all this faux snow? So I thought, okay, well, I'll put the sign over the ornament. So I'm going to put hot glue all around the ornament, and then I went to go put the sign on top of it, which is fine, except for I couldn't quite see where it was lining up. And so it was a little higher than what I wanted it to be. I was just like, oh man, but that's okay. We make it work. So I took one of these garland ties from Hobby Lobby. You could use the ones from Dollar Tree. You just might have to trim them down. And I'm just going to hot glue it all the way around my little globe here. And then after I have it all done, I'm going to add another piece because it just wasn't long enough to go all the way around. So I figured out the size I needed, it, cut it, and then I'm going to add that to the bottom. And then I thought, okay, well, since there's so much of a gap on the bottom here, I'm going to add a couple more of these little trees here. And then I decided to take some tumbling tower blocks. I'm going to take 6 of them. I'm using my Tight Bond quick and thick multi-purpose glue and hot glue, and I'm going to attach 6 tumbling tower blocks together to make kind of a base so that I can put this on top of that candlestick. So once those were all glued together, I painted them with my white, and then I'm going to take my Tight Bond quick and thick multi-purpose glue. I'm going to go all the way around the bottom part of that candlestick, and then I'm going to add my hot glue around that glue, and then I'm going to add my little base here. After that, I'm going to add the same Tight Bond glue and hot glue to the bottom of my sign, and then I'm just going to add it to that little base that I put on my little candlestick here. Sorry, this isn't in view. And then after that, I took this garland twine. I was intending to glue it on, but as I wrapped it, it fit so nicely and tight, and it stayed. So I thought, oh, I'll just keep it like that. And then I took some hot glue. I took that other piece that I had cut off from the garland tie from the top, and I'm just going to hot glued around the base. Then I'm going to add some pine cones, another one of these deers, some little greenery pieces, and some more pine cones. And then I'm going to add some pine cones to the bottom. And I did take some snow techs and went over the pine cones and the garland ties with some of that snow techs. And there it is. I think it's really cute. Yeah, it's not quite what I had in mind, but yeah, it's cute. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, so it is a time for a celebration of your recreations. And Lynette's been busy. Look at all of these pretty DIYs that she has done. They are wonderful. And then Talitha, she recreated a couple of mine and I love them. So thank you so much, ladies. And if you have a creation or recreation that you would like me to showcase, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there or through Facebook or Instagram. Oh, whatever. Okay, DIY number 3. I'm going to use Snow White and Crystal by Waverly. I'm going to use this beautiful napkin but from DECOUPAGENapkin.com. I think I got this a year or two ago and I've been dying to use it. I'm going to use this round wood piece. I got this from Walmart, and then this cathedral sign. So I'm going to start off by using my heat gun here and using my Cricut spatula to remove that welcome. Now I was trying to save it, but yeah, it didn't work. So I just continued using my heat gun, but you guys don't have it on too long because look what happens. It was starting a fire. I'm like, oh my gosh. So yeah, so be careful with that. So then I took my finger sander and I went over and sanded all the areas to make sure it was smooth. And then I painted the window frame with the crystal and the round with the Snow White. After that, I'm going to cover it with Mod Podge and set it aside to dry. And then I'm going to remove the 2 plies behind this napkin. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to cut around this. And I thought, why am I cutting it? I don't really want to cut this because I don't want to have those straight edges. So I'm going to take a paintbrush with some water on it when I get done cutting it. And then I'm going to go around it again, just so you have more of those ragged edges. And when you do this, you want to be careful. If you have too much water on your brush, it really does spread. So just kind of be careful and be aware of that. Then I'm just going to I'm going to rip all of the wet area. So that way it gives a little bit more of a ragged look. And then I'm going to add it to my wood round. I'm going to cover it with my parchment paper. And then I'm going to use my heat press to reactivate that Mod Podge so that that napkin sticks. I love this way because you really don't get any bubbles or wrinkling. And then I'm just going to cover it again with Mod Podge. Now, if you add too much Mod Podge in this spot, it will kind of bubble a little bit or wrinkle. If that happens, you can use your heat press or iron to iron it out a little bit. So then I decided I wanted a little bit of that crystal around. So there's that little ledge there. I'm just going around that ledge with my crystal color. And then after that, I painted a couple snowflakes with that. And then I painted like 4 snowflakes white. And then I'm just going to add them to my window frame and my wood round. If I seem a little out of it with my editing and voiceover here, it's because they updated my editing software and it's a little bit different. And so, yeah, it's not quite the same. And so when I'm do my voiceover, it's just a little bit different. Okay, so I just used a glue pin there to add some glitter to those snowflakes that are on the wood round. I laid it where I wanted it. I marked it with my pencil so that I know where to place my glue. And then I'm using this Tite Bond Quick and Thick multi-purpose glue. And then I'm going to use hot glue as well. Of course, that hot glue is for the immediate hold. The Tite Bond glue is for permanent hold. Then I'm just going to add that circle or wood round right back to it. And then I'm going to add my snowflakes around that windowsill. And then I took some of these picks. These also came off of a candle wreath from Hobby Lobby. And then I'm going to add some of these frosted berries. These also came from Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to glue those in place. And I just thought this kind of goes with the little berries that's on that napkin. And then I am going to take some snow text and go around the windowsills here, or the cutouts of this window frame. And I also go around some of that wood round, just kind of a little bit. And then I'm going to put some more on the greenery just to kind of give it a little bit more white around it. And then after I had that all done, I'm going to take a couple of beads and some jute twine. I'm going to tape the ends of the twine together, and then I'm going to run it through going from the front to the back of my window frame. Then I'm going to put the ends that were taped through the folded end and pull tight. Then I'm going to just start threading through the beads. I had 3 beads there. And I'm just making a little hanger, and then after that I'm going to cut off the ends with the tape, and then I'm just going to tie a knot, and then I have a hanger. And that's all there was for this one. I think this came out so sweet, and I don't know, I love it. You'll have to let me know what you think about this one as well in the comment box below. Okay, here's DIY number 4. Now you guys, this is a gift idea. I made this for my daughter for Christmas. I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paints in the color white and black. I created these decals. No, I didn't create them. I got them off Cricut Design Space. And then I'm going to use these candlesticks from Hobby Lobby. And then I'm going to I'm just making sure you can see those there. I don't know what they call these. They're terracotta. I don't know if they're the lids, or I don't know what plates. I don't know what they call them. And then these terracotta containers. And then this beautiful tray from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to paint the pots white and the trim black. I'm going to paint the other items there with the ink there. And then I'm going to add my decals. Now my daughter, I do not have a green thumb at all, and my daughter is just amazing when it comes to having plants and keeping them alive. They are just beautiful, and I'm very envious she didn't get that from me. But I just thought, this would be a great gift. We are very different when it comes to taste, because she likes a lot more neutral colors, and of course I like color. So I thought, well, I know she likes black and white, so that's why I thought I would give her that tray. And I thought, oh, it'd be so much fun to make little pots with these fun sayings, so that way she has these little pots she could plant some of her plants in them, and then have something to remember me by since we live so far away. But anyway, so I'm just kind of adding. It was a little difficult here. I should have probably cut my transfer tape down and cut slits on the side so that it would go around this rounded area a little bit better, but I got it all to work. And then once I got them all on there, and these sayings are so funny, I just love them. This one says, sometimes I wet my plants. Well, the other one is, I'm a sucker for plants, or something like that. I can't remember what they all are. But once I had them on, I went over them with the dishwasher safe Mod Podge. I went over the decals as well as the painted areas. And then I'm taking my super glue here, and I am adding those candlesticks to the bottom of the tray for feet. Then I let that sit like overnight. And then I decided to do this. I got some heat transfer vinyl. I took some more of those sayings. I had ordered some of these, what do they call these towels? Oh my gosh, flour sack towels. And then I'm just using my heat press here to adhere that heat transfer vinyl. There it goes. And I started pulling it up. So I'm like, oh, I know what happens when you do this. You have to add your heat back onto it. So I added my heat back to it. And then I realized this is cool. They call it cool remove, something like that. So you're supposed to let it cool for a few seconds before you try removing that plastic cover. If you are interested in seeing more heat transferred vinyl DIYs, let me know. I would be happy to show you guys a little bit more in depth of how to use it. There it is. There they are. Sometimes I wet my plants. Home is where my plants are. I'm a sucker for plants. I love it. And then I was normal 3 plants ago, and sorry I can't. My plants need me. And then I have plants this weekend. My grandson told me that his mom's house looks like a jungle. I thought it was so funny. But anyways, here is the final reveal of all the items. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. I will be back again on Sunday with the Just Our Imagination challenge. This is going to be a hard one. Everyone's been complaining about the items they must use and how hard it is. So make sure you have your notification bell set and be ready for some fun. And with all that being said, you guys, I really hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.